Okay, today we are here in a therapy session with a client with solution-focused therapy, um, and the specific interventions that we're going to do, that I'm going to do, are the miracle question, goal setting, compliments, and looking for past solutions. The situation, the clinical situation, is that the client, her and her husband's dog passed away that they've had for 15 years, and she's mourning the pet because they've had it for so long. It's been a big part of their lives, but her husband cannot understand how she's mourning, and they are not really seeing eye to eye with that. So here we go. All right. So tell me why you came in today.
Well, I came in today because my husband's just so insensitive. He doesn't understand why, or he doesn't understand that I'm grieving right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grieving because I lost Patricia, and she's been a part of the family for 15 years. And so that's like a family member.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had her so long, and I can barely eat, I can barely sleep, and I'm crying all the time. He's tired of me crying, and I don't really know what I could do to fix it because I'm still in mourning.
Mm-hmm. So, what changes have you noticed since you've seen me last?
I mean, well, the last time I was telling you about how she had just recently died. She had just died like the day before. And so it's been a week, and I feel like things are kind of the same. I'm still quite upset with how she died, and I don't know what else to do. I don't know whether to get another dog. It's too soon to do that. That's what he's suggesting. Or I don't know whether to, there's got to be a grieving process, and he just doesn't understand my grieving process. And I still feel the same as I did last week.
So, from this session to last session, how did you keep things from getting worse?
Well, okay, I did do one. I stopped crying in front of him, so he wouldn't cry. So he wouldn't be as, combative as he is.
Yeah.
So now I just kind of do it in my room, or when I'm out and about and I think about something, or if I see her toys on the floor or anything like that. And she was hit by a car. So now it's just, when I see other cars driving really fast, I think about it. So I'm thinking about it all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying not to show him my feelings as much when it comes to that.
Gotcha. So you feel like you have to kind of shelter and not be as open with him because you feel like you're going to be attacked or criticized
Mm-hmm.
by the mourning, because you two are obviously mourning this loss in very, very different ways.
Yeah. And he's not an animal fan per se, because, we've only been married 5 years. So I brought Patricia with me.
Mm-hmm.
And he just doesn't understand the connection that we had.
Gotcha. So suppose tonight, while you slept, a miracle occurred, and you awake tomorrow. What would be some of the things you would notice that would tell you life had suddenly gotten better?
Patricia would be back.
Okay.
Patricia would be back. I wouldn't be crying all the time. LJ's attitude would be so much better. He wouldn't be on me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And things will be back to normal. Things aren't normal right now. I'm not normal, so the kids notice that I'm not normal. And they're asking where Patricia is. And I've told them, Patricia is in all doggy heaven because, all dogs go to heaven. And so we wouldn't have to worry about all that. It wouldn't be so much questioning. It wouldn't be so much attacks. And it would just be back to normal.
So how did you, if you've had loss before in your life, how did you deal and mourn with those losses prior to this one?
I haven't really had any major losses in my life. Thank God. So I haven't really had to. I've had, distant cousins and things like that, but I haven't had any immediate family die, so I haven't had to really deal with the death. So this is really my first one. My first death that I've had to deal with, and it's been really hard on me.
Yeah.
And of course, me not being my normal person is hard on the family. So now everybody's kind of dealing with it because I am.
Are the kids also having a hard time with the loss of Patricia?
Well, they're fairly young. They're 2 and 4.
Okay.
So really, they don't really know what's going on. A ball can make them happy. So, which I do kind of like the fact that they don't. They can't really quite understand what's going on.
So, what positive thing would you want to happen with, right now, your dynamic with LJ? How do you want to have him see how you're mourning? Like, how would you kind of want to go about that?
Well, right now I don't want him to see me mourning because of how he reacts to it. But maybe if we sit down and discuss it, and I just want him to see my point of view, really.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he understands how much I really did. I just loved her. She's really small and cute. She fit in my purse. We could go shopping, and she would just fit there, and she sat next to me. So if he could just understand that I feel like I lost a loved one in my life, then maybe we could find some middle ground, some understanding about it.
Yeah. So how would you kind of, for you, what way would you think would be, how could you see yourself kind of, I know that Patricia was a big part of your life, but how could you see yourself kind of getting past it and moving on?
I don't know if I could get past it. Not now, anyways. I don't know if I could think about that. It's kind of overwhelming to think about. Like today, anyways.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll stop there, and we'll pick up next week.
Okay.
Thank you.